Nollywood actor Obi Nwaafọ, popularly known as Saint Obi, was born on the 16th of November 1965. Therefore, he died at the age of 57. He is the native of Okpa in Mbitolu local government area of Imo State, Nigeria. He has 8 sisters and was the only male child in the family of 9 children. Saint Obi grew up in Jos, Plateau State, in the northern part of Nigeria, and completed his primary and secondary school education there. After completing his primary school education, Saint Obi proceeded to Zhang Secondary Commercial School in Jos, Plateau State, Nigeria. After his secondary school education, he proceeded to the University of Jos in Plateau State, Nigeria, and graduated with a bachelor's degree in theatre art in 1991. Then in 1995, Saint Obi joined the Nigerian movie industry, Nollywood, and started attending movie auditions. In 1996, he rose to fame after doing a commercial for Peugeot on NTA. This early exposure opened doors for him, leading to his appearance in more than 60 movies over the years. In 2001, Saint Obi took a step further in his acting career by venturing into production. He subsequently produced his first movie, titled Take Me to Mama. Throughout his acting career, Obi became well known for his remarkable performance in several notable movies. While many fans love his craft, the ladies on the other hand were dying because of his calm persona and good look. Saint Obi was a fine man, with charming eyes and a well-spoken actor. Due to the love the ladies had for him, they all wanted to date him or get married to him. Lynda Amobi is one lady who eventually made a move to secure the actor's love and attention. She is a financially successful woman who held a prominent position in MTN as one of the top executives of the company. So, she had the financial capability to connect with the actor. Eventually, they both met and fell in love with each other. Actually, Lynda Amobi had fallen in love with the actor through his movie long before meeting him for the first time. So to her, she had known him for so long, and this kind of made everything easier for them. Plus, due to her busy schedules and the actor always running to location every now and then, they didn't have the opportunity to truly know each other very well before marriage. It was even surprising to Saint Obi's colleagues that he had found a wife and was about to get married, because their relationship was very private. However, Saint Obi and Lynda Amobi tied the knot shortly after meeting in a lavish wedding ceremony held in Lynda's hometown in Anambra State, and their wedding happened in December 2006. A lot of rich politicians, top business owners, and the elites of technocracies that his wife chiefly belonged to were in attendance, but only a few Nollywood practitioners were invited, even when a lot of them wanted to come for his big occasion, but they were never invited. After the marriage, both of them got a break from their jobs for their honeymoon, and that was when they started knowing each other very well. At first, they figured out that the nature of their jobs would not allow their marriage to work, so one had to compromise. Lynda Amobi, being the one that is getting a very fat pay from her job and can easily take a vacation break from her job, the couple decided that Saint Obi should be the one to quit his job, since he stays long hours and sometimes days on movie location with less money to take home, because at the time, Nollywood wasn't that profitable. So the couple decided that instead, he should start a business that would give him more time for his family and also more potential of making him more money. This idea brought about Saint Obi gradually distancing himself from acting and anything Nollywood. So with the little money in his savings after their wedding expenses and with the huge financial help from his wife, Saint Obi was able to start up his first business named Peak Score Limited, which is an oil services and exploration company, and the company had massive office in Lekki, Victoria Island, Lagos, Nigeria. At this point, things were going very well in their marriage, and they eventually gave birth to 3 lovely children, 2 boys and a girl. Their marriage was at best a dramatization of love to the admiration of his Nollywood colleagues. Saint Obi dressed well, drove big cars, and even his skin was so fresh. But there was something lacking inside, which is the love he had for acting. He was still feeling that emptiness, coupled with how his fans and colleagues constantly wanted him to come back to acting by all means. Well, Saint Toby eventually returned back to Nollywood, but in order to satisfy his undying love for his family, he decided to venture into the movie production side of the industry and became a movie producer. To him, the job of a movie producer does not consume one's time like acting. This venture led to the birth of his second company known as Agwhite International. The company is involved in filmmaking, music, television, and media consultancy and distribution. With the company, he was able to secure a job to be the major media resources for Goodluck Jonathan's presidential campaign. Eventually, he started giving more attention and time to Agwhite Media, which led to his oil services and exploration company to be suffering in times of business growth. His media company subsequently released 5 movies with huge investment, up to 200 million naira, but they failed woefully to trend among his targeted audience due to poor promotion and lack of social media appearances and hype. Saint Toby believed that quality is all that matters, without knowing that even quality needs social media hype and promotion to sell. However, because of the love he had for filmmaking, Saint Toby didn't stop. He started pulling more and more money from his oil services and exploration company and also from his wife to sponsor his media company, even when his wife was begging him to stop. This led to disagreement between Saint Toby and his wife. From little disagreement led to his wife suspecting him of infidelity, because during that time, Saint Toby was constantly in contact with young Nollywood actresses in search of a way to make a name for his media company. Eventually, their home became a tug-of-war of accusations and allegations, coupled with verbal and physical fights that the neighbors would at one point or the other rush into their once private marriage to separate them. Although Mrs. Lynda has not publicly made any statement at the time of recording this video, but a lot of their former neighbors claimed that Saint Toby was physically abusive to his wife and squandered her hard-earned money in the name of opening one business or the other. Well, this is how the neighbors see it from the outside, and this is how Lynda Amobi's family also see it from their end, with her siblings always perceiving Saint Toby as someone solely interested in their sister's wealth. Lynda's siblings believe that Saint Toby maltreats their sister by spending her money and cheating on her, and when she complained, Saint Toby would beat her up. In some occasions, Lynda's siblings would confront Saint Toby, harassed and warned him of physically abusing their sister. However, Saint Toby, his friends and his family see it differently from their own side. Saint Toby believed he worked hard to earn his money and never depended on his wife, but his wife's siblings see him as a gold digger simply because they were not getting as much money as they used to get after their sister got married and has children of her own to take care of. He also maintained that the women they accused him of cheating with were his business associates. Well, the constant marital war between Saint Toby and his wife later escalated to Lynda Amobi involving her siblings. This resulted to her brothers, Michael Amobi and Chukwumobi Amobi, to visit their matrimonial home in the quest to teach Saint Toby a very good lesson for physically abusing their beloved sister. This was a move that led to Saint Toby calling for a divorce and accusing Lynda and her 2 brothers of attempting to kill him. That very fateful day, Lynda Amobi's 2 brothers landed their matrimonial home and beat up Saint Toby mercilessly with wounds and deep cuts, to the point that he was admitted to the hospital. However, there were hidden CCTV cameras in their home that captured the 2 brothers in the act, and that was where Saint Toby got the evidence and reported them at the police station. However, Saint Toby believed that his wife went to the police to defend her siblings, using her financial power to manipulate the course of justice. Subsequently, Saint Toby filed for lawsuits against his wife and her brothers over attempted murder. He also filed for a divorce at the High Court of Ogun State with suit number HCT 128/2019. This effectively marked the beginning of the end of his marriage as Saint-Obi moved out of his matrimonial home to a new house. He then acquired a gun to defend himself in case of any attack would occur. However, Lynda Amobi repeatedly failed to show up in court whenever the case was called up, which made the judge to issue a bench warrant for her arrest. However, she was declared wanted in 2022. She subsequently showed up and their marriage was divorced, leaving Lynda Amobi the custody of their 3 children. Well, angry Lynda Amobi took the custody to the next level by hiring mobile police officers to protect the children and therefore preventing Saint-Obi access to their children. The drama between Saint-Obi and his ex-wife, which was so controversial and serious in February last year after a running battle over the custody of their 3 children, damaged the actor so much, both emotionally and mentally, that he couldn't focus on his work and business anymore. The most painful part of the emotional trauma was the fact that he could not see his own children. He was a family man, somebody that loved to stay with his kids and build a happy home. About mid last year, Saint-Obi took ill, but he told no one. He simply became scarce. He sold 3 of his big SUVs to take proper care of his health and to acquire 6 Camry cars he do use for Uber. But his vanishing health continued unabated, so he began falling on hard times. Even though the late Obi wanted to live a fulfilled and quiet life, it was clear to those who knew him that he was going through so much, yet he never complained. By January 2023, Saint-Obi looked 15 years older than his age. His Moncho cut had shrunk. His fat wallet was gone. What was left was only his fat will, which is to say his children. His eyes seemed lost in their sockets. He wept repeatedly about not seeing his children. That same January 2023, he called Tichi the Chikere, requesting the hangout. But due to Tichi's busy schedules, he was not able to hang out with him. Later on in February, Tichi the Chikere, after failing to hang out with Saint-Obi, offered him a movie role, but he declined. Saint-Obi told him that he had put on weight and wanted to get back in shape before acting. He said he wanted to relaunch himself with something big, but on our way to Chidi, he was dying in silence and needed someone to share his pain with, and hangout would have been a good avenue for him to open up to Chidi on what he was passing through, but that didn't happen. Well, due to the fact that he had fallen on hard time with no one to take care of him, the actor, however, relocated to his sister's home in Jos, the capital of Plateau State, but he told no one. In Jos, he was frequently spotted being transported to the hospital. The fact that Mr. Saint-Obi was frequently spotted in the hospital was also confirmed by a source at Jos University Teaching Hospital, but the illness he was suffering was never specified because it was out of their hospital code of conduct to disclose such information. A month ago, in April precisely, he started opening up to his friends about his ailment. He called his friend in the United States of America to give him a devastating message that he was on a deathbed. He said and wanted his friend to pray for him. His next call came 2 weeks before his death, this time to his Nollywood mentor, the man who made him a star with his productions, Zeb Ejiro. Actually, Ejiro said that he called Saint-Obi because he was remaking his popular TV series in the 90s titled Rapos and had wanted Saint-Obi to be part of the production. But when he couldn't reach him, he moved to Ibadan to commence shooting of the series. However, 2 weeks before his demise, Saint-Obi called Ejiro on the telephone, and Ejiro asked him where he had been, that everybody had been looking for him. That was when he told him that he had been down and was admitted to a hospital. Saint-Obi told Ejiro with a wavering voice that he had multiple surgeries but was still in hospital in Jos. He stated again that his situation was not looking good, that he is also in deep pain and distressed that he could not see his children, but still, he begged Ejiro not to tell anyone about his ailment. Unfortunately, on Sunday, May 7, 2023, the news of his death broke out. However, details of Saint Toby's passing was hidden, and it was said that disagreements among his siblings also affected the news being made public officially. This was because Saint Toby did not inform his other siblings his whereabouts weeks before his death. So after days of speculation of the whereabouts of the veteran actor, disagreement erupted among his siblings after it was confirmed by various sources that the actor is dead. Since Obi's demise, many have taken to social media to express their condolences to the family and share their feelings of grief. Despite the loss, Saint Obi's legacy lives on in his art and children, where he's poured his heart and soul into his creation. I made a video about another actor who died barely 24 hours after Saint Toby's death was announced. Just check out this video that is popping on the screen to watch how actor Murphy Afolabi died. Click on the video on the screen before this very video ends, because if this video ends, it will go away. Thank you very much for having time to watch this video to the end. Till we meet in another video.